Hi guys, Carol Vorderman put a very simple question to the Education Secretary. Are you ashamed about the fact that 700,000 children in 2023 were having to attend lessons in crumbling schools? Now this is related to a problem that didn't go away even though the papers are no longer talking about it. RAC, a material used over 50 years ago which has resulted in some schools, but also hospitals, courthouses and other buildings, along with some residential property, being unusable or close to that. Did the Education Secretary apologise and show any shame? What do you think?
In 2023, a report found that 700,000 children are having to learn in crumbling schools. Aren't you ashamed of that?
Well, if I hadn't taken action, perhaps I would, but I took action immediately as soon as I was aware of RAC. I took a very cautious decision, but I will never regret that because I didn't want to be in a position where I hadn't acted on information. Just so to update Carol, 100% of all questionnaires have been done across the 22,000+ schools that we have. 100% of first surveys have been done. There's a small number where we need to get to a remote, a sort of difficult to get to area, very small number. 100% of children are in face-to-face classrooms. 232 schools have been confirmed with RAC out of 22,000 plus, and 100% of them all will be fixed. And we have a plan to put that in place, which I'll be announcing shortly. So no, Carol, if I hadn't have taken action, perhaps, but I'm a kind of person who takes action, and I do believe now that we're kind of in a position where we know where all the RAC is and we're sorting it out.
The question was not about whether you're ashamed that you haven't taken action. The question is, are you ashamed that there are 700,000 children in crumbling schools? And obviously she's not. She doesn't care about these kids who are in these crumbling schools. Now, she's trying to paint a picture here that, we discovered this problem and I'm sorting it out. Well, even if I was extremely generous to her and the Conservative Party, we could say they discovered it in 2016. I think it was 2016 or 2018. A number of years ago anyway. Did they do anything about it? No. Because when they were presented with a problem, they're like with the pandemic, it's wait until it's no longer possible to ignore and then we'll do something about it. It's never about investing to resolve problems before they get worse. It's always about firefighting. Oh, look, there's a problem. Let it get out of hand and then we'll deal with it. Let it become a major issue and then we'll deal with it. There are children who are in crumbling schools at the moment. She's not interested in resolving this problem. It would be about offloading it onto the next government, and that would be the Labour Party. And I can guarantee you, if she wins her seat, if she's still in Parliament, she'll be demanding that the Labour Party do something about this. The Tories knew about this problem for a number of years before 2018, but they decided not to do anything about it. And as I said, the final reports on this were in 2018, I believe, a number of years ago anyway, and they decided nothing was necessary to be done to resolve this problem. But not to apologise, not to be ashamed, just shows that this is somebody who's disconnected. Like, if I was the minister, I would say this is a disgraceful situation. I'm sorry that it has happened. I am now in this position. I have taken over this job. I'm going to resolve it to the best of my ability. It's disgraceful that children are having to sit in classrooms like this. And instead of blaming others, I would just say, look, this is the situation we have. Previous administrations should have looked at it. They didn't. I'm not going to point the finger, but what we need to do is create a situation that is improving for children, create a situation that where they're not in crumbling schools, and apply this also to hospitals and other parts of the economy and society. But instead, it's, look at me, I've done a wonderful job, look at me, give me a pat on the back. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.